all under lockdown. Oh, hang on, I've got too much happening here. Let me just turn that off. Otherwise, we're going to end up with echo everywhere. Okay. So, the of course, being on the boat, we have a, well, we can turn on the tap and get water, but we have to bring the water from, at the moment, from the jetty, and it's been quite a long process because we've got to port it in. We've got 20-litre jerry cans, and we've also got 10-litre ones that we filled with fresh water from Capalaba, which is about a 20-minute drive from here, and they've got a water purifier station on the corner of, you know, of an intersection. We thought, oh yeah, well that'd be cool having purified water, which is great, but you've got to get organised for that shit. And seriously, getting organised for any shit is just so much fun. So I thought, try and make it as easy as possible. At some point in the not too distant future, we will have a rainwater harvesting system, and in the little bit further of a distance, we will have a desalinator unit on board, which is going to be a bit interesting as well, because the whole process of evolving for redundancies, it sort of involves the power of threes, but that's another story for another time. So I decided, I've been looking at water filters. I didn't want to continue to cart water. I want to make it as easy as possible, as fast as possible, and also as affordable as possible. And some of the water filters that we looked at, well, I looked at, you know, you've got the Brio, that's a camera. Brita jugs with the little, you know, doofalakis in them, and you've got the little sinks, sink filters that plug into your sink. They need sort of like, you know, they plug in there and they take up a bit more room. You've got the Puritap type filter that I used to have when I was living in Adelaide, that was, you know, you put the filter canister under the tap and under the sink in the cupboard, and then you had that changed regularly. And you've got those that are fairly easily installed and purchased reasonably cost effectively, right up to there's, you know, really fancy water filters and purifiers that they cost upwards of, you know, $5,000 or $6,000, which, you know, if you can find something that's a comparable price that does the same thing, well, why wouldn't you look at it? So it's not a fancy, you know, one of those things that you have to plug in and have electricity, and it's got all the beeps and the bells and the whistles, and you could probably plug your, you know, your great aunt into life support for it. But we do have one that is really, really affordable and really basic. And it's not this box, it's the box that it came in. And I'm going to, we tried to set up cameras, and I have a camera here. We have a camera here. We have a camera attached to here. And we have another camera attached to the Surface Pro down there, and it's like, well, it's just not working. It really isn't working. So what we thought we'd do is go simple, keep it simple, and I'll try and get a bit fancy pants tomorrow for when I launch the Amazon live shopping show as an influencer, which is really exciting. So if you're around tomorrow at 9:30 a.m., come over and have a laugh with me, because this is, you know, I was going to say I'm prepared for it, but I'm not. But that's okay. All right. So the packing, I reckon the kids get to have some fun with that. What have we got? We've got the filter cartridge, the Zazen alkaline water. That's what this is. And now I didn't think this through either, did I? one moment. Your call is important to us. I think I'm going stir crazy. Hi, we got Joanne here. Thank you. Oh, she loves my jumper. Hang on, let me just see if I can. Here we are. Yeah, Joanne's saying it's interesting reading the desalination unit. People ask us all the time why the desal plant is not utilised more in South Australia. You can pop that comment up on screen, producer. Yeah, and I remember, I reckon it was my gran was the Premier of South Australia when they were building he commissioned the desalination plant, and we'd just gone through, or in the middle of that massive drought. It was just huge. And there was millions pumped into a desalination plant, and I don't know why it hasn't been activated, but it's sitting there apparently. So if you find anything out, let me know. Now this is, hang on. I think you need to have octopus arms for this, and think it through before you put the camera on. I was so busy worrying about the tech and my lippy. I thought the rest of it would just flow out. Joanne's going, love your jumper. And she's saying also, actually I could do it myself. There we are. Interesting about the desalination unit. People ask all the time. Well, I've already put that one up. This one, love your jumper. I loved it so much that I bought one for every member of the family. All the girls in the family have got one of these jumpers, so we just coordinate when we go out so we don't all wear them together. But I love it. I've got two, and I love the colours. And Joanne's saying you buy a lot of Be Well water, which is 88% alkaline. What's Be Well water, Joanne, and where do you get that from? So I know they've got the water, the pure water that's at the what do they call it? Well, it used to be where they made the beer. It used to be Cooper's Brewery, I think, or West End Brewery. And they've got the water there where you can go in and you can get the spring water. I don't know what Be Well water is or where you get it from, but I'm having a tea at the moment. Leaving my kombucha in for another day. That'll be nice when I'm able to make that with the purified water. And that one's lemon and ginger. So making kombucha on the boat as well, which is really cool because it's starting to feel a bit like home. For those of you who don't know, we've had her in dry dock. She's had her bum cleaned and fixed. She had a big crack in her bum. Okay, well, I thought it was funny. She had a big leak right at the back end with the trans. It's called the trans, and that was it was really quite a big deal. We didn't know how bad it was until we got in dry dock, and once we put her in dry dock and looked at it, it had to be rebuilt. And we thought the main problem was under the hull, and there was some leaks under there which were re-glassed with fiberglass and fixed up. But the main problem was with the transom at the back, her bum. Now, I've unboxed this. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with it. Check this out. I've got all this stuff. And it's like a pot plant. I could probably be here all night putting all this together. And one of the smart things to do would be to read the instructions first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, by the magic of television, I'm going to wind this up. I'm going to keep going. And tomorrow when I jump on, I will show you a unit that is all set up and ready to drink. Because I think you're supposed to leave it the first lot for 12 hours to filter through, and then you can keep topping up. But this is what we've got. As you can see, this is it. It might take a degree in engineering to put it together. I think it's okay. What I like about it is that it's totally mobile and movable. And like when I had the Puritap put in Adelaide, I wasn't able to take that with me when I left. So it's something that this is, and I think the quality of the Puritap filtration system is a little bit questionable as well. Interestingly enough, we had Josh. Shout out to you, Josh. He was doing his helping us on our boat, work on our boat, and he last weekend fixed in. We had got 2 water tanks, and the one at the front was operational, and the one behind it wasn't. And so he moved the one at the back, the behind it to the back, so because it was like sort of sitting like that in the water a little bit. And when we've got the tanks full, it should even it out, so it's not sort of like on a bit of a tilt. It's all these things that you need to know when you're on a boat. Or you can have friends that have experience and knowledge about boats, which we're getting. So he put the tank at the back, and he also put the inlet, the water inlet at the back as well, because what we were doing, and I'll show you. Follow me, cameraman. See what I'm bringing myself. So what we were doing was, if you come around here, you can see out there, there's a blue water bottle. And I'll move the broom. Blue water bottle. We had 20-litre jugs up here. And we had a hose that came from out in under this window here, but it was attached out here at the front to the water inlet, where it was the only way that we could get the water into the tank. So we lift up the 20. This is a 10-litre jug, and when that's full, I can lift that reasonably okay. But the 20-litre jug was a real challenge. And I put it up here, not only put it up here, it had to go on one of these up here. Otherwise, there wasn't enough lift in it to drain the water, enough gravity feed to put it down through and into the inlet of the tank. So what we got Josh to do was to put an inlet in the back, which was really good. So now we have 2 tanks, and we have an inlet at the back of the boat, and again I'll show you how we do that at some point. But that's really handy, and but the whole point of all this is the water is the electricity, the water, and the sewage. So getting your utilities fixed and sorted when you're on a boat is one of the biggest things. And I didn't actually realize how big it was until I didn't have it. And when you don't have it, it's a severe setback. And there was a point there where we were getting in the tinny or the tender and going over to the public toilets in the park at the main beach when we needed to go to the toilet. So yeah. Now we're porting water in, and we're able to put it in the back. But what we found was, and what Josh found when he was redoing the tanks, was there's a water filter at the front. Now, it's so old and rusted, we can't even tell what kind of water system it is, or what brand it is, or even what it does. But it might be an idea at some point to put another water system, filtration system rather, down at the front there, because it's all plumbed in for one. And once we do that, then we'll have another line of filtration for the water. I was saying, let me see if there's any other comments here. No, that's about it, I think. So what I'm going to do is, the intention was to put it all together, but it looks like a lot of parts. And I'm ready just to sit down and chill out. And I know Nige is, and he's been ready for that for a little while. We did go and help the Coochie Foodies do the packing for the food co-op tonight. And, you know, when you'd rather be home in front of a non-existent heater. Whoop. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. Now you know it's time to go to bed when shit like that happens. We're going to put this water filter together. We'll check in tomorrow and let you know how it goes. Thanks for joining me. And please join me at 9:30 over at Amazon Live. Look for mytimetv.live, which is my live shopping handle. And I will be, I'll be sharing with you some of the stuff that I've got from Amazon and letting you know. I probably won't do an unboxing quite like this, but I've got to get better at it. Hey, have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.